Welcome to Thonks with Honks, the only show where you get the uncensored thonks of honks every weekday with 3 vowels. This week on Thonks with Honks, I ponder some stuff. I have an idea, but it's hard to put into like a sentence. Have you ever heard the story of an appointment in Samara? It's this like old Babylonian story, but it's still remembered today. There was like a book written in the 30s that referenced it. Point is, it goes like this. So there's a merchant who sends his servant into the marketplace to get provisions for the day. And after only a few minutes, the man runs back, says that he made eye contact with a woman who he was sure was the face of death. This woman made a threatening gesture towards the man, and he ran as fast as he could back to the merchant. He then requests to take a horse so he can get away. The merchant gives him the horse, and the man rides as hard as he can 75 miles to the city of Samara. After this, the merchant goes into the marketplace, finds Death, and asks her, "Why did you make the threatening gesture towards the man?" And Death said, "I didn't. I was merely surprised to see him here, considering I have an appointment with him tonight in Samara." I like the story a lot. I don't know why, but I like how it fits together. And sometimes I worry that I am the servant, and I am riding as hard as I can towards my own demise. I don't... It's hard to see the future. And a couple days ago, I got into like a really panic state because I just imagined, oh my god, what if I completely fail? And, I don't know. It just really put the motherfucking spooks in me. So, I stole that story from Sherlock, by the way. I mean, like, I read up on it after I had heard it there, and they actually got, like, a bunch of the details wrong from the original story, but, yeah, that wasn't just, like, me knowing the story. Because I don't want anyone to be like, oh, fucking I stole it from Sherlock. It was a honk boy. He doesn't know what he's fucking talking about. Full disclosure. Point is, I just worry sometimes that like I'm going along and everything seems fine, and then at some point in the future I'm just gonna look back and realize, oh my god, I was fucking myself over from the start. And it's horrifying, I guess. Like, I really do panic about that sort of thing sometimes. And sometimes I'm like, oh, I've got this all figured out. My life is... I know what I'm going to do for the next 80 years. Totally got it down. And then I wonder, like... I bet everyone has thought that at some point in their life. So I really have no idea. I don't even know what I'm going to do when I graduate high school. And that's only like 2 years away. Like, I think I want to go to the community college. Because I'm going to be a certified welder by the time I get into my senior year. But I think I might... in my senior year, take classes at the community college and get like a certificate in construction management or something. Because what I've heard from a lot of welders is it's basically a race to get out of welding and into middle management. Because if you want to stay a welder, then you're kind of asking to die when you're 60. Because those guys get cancer. I mean, it's really bad. Like, it's so bad for you. Like, they try to do safety regulations and I'll wear your respirator and all that, but it's like, there's only so much you can do. Like, construction is inherently not going to be good for you. But it's like, I don't know. Recently, I had a friend ask me, like, how many of your friends could you tell me their aspirations? And I was thinking to myself, like, okay, this person wants to do this person wants to do this person wants to do this. And then, like, I got to someone, and it's like I know them fairly well, but I genuinely have no idea what they're going to do. I don't even know their interests. It's like, do they not have any? Do they not have a plan? Do they panic about it? Should they panic about it? I'm just, I don't know. It's disconcerting on a lot of levels because I think we all like to have a plan and we all like to know where we're going, but it's really impossible to know where we're going. Like, I don't know. Just spooky. Maybe this will be a shorter Thonks with Honks. I don't know what much else I'm going to talk about. Sorry for it being late, by the way. I think I missed an entire week. I'm hoping to get on a consistent schedule over the summer, but, no promises. I'm going to be a busy bee trying to do, 3 different pet projects. But this one I kind of like because it takes virtually no effort. I probably should have introduced the video I'm running over this. I recorded that today. I went into this, it's a strip mall where I think 3 out of the 7 buildings are actually still functioning. This is one of the ones that's being renovated. I don't know what it used to be. I think it was a Babies R Us. But I also went into, I have no idea, but it's being converted into a Wolf's Furniture. And it was genuinely the scariest place I've ever been in. I was talking to someone while I was in there, and they were like, Steven, you should probably leave. What if there's a heroin homeless man in there and he tries to eat you? And it's like, well, thanks, Brady. That's all I can think about now. So I left before I really got to explore the whole thing, and there probably wasn't even a homeless man. It was a real gyp. And now there's a bunch of I don't actually know what it is. Dust crap on my jeans from when I kneeled down in these videos. I got home and I didn't even realize it. My mom was like, "What the fuck's on your knees?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah." I don't know. I don't mean to vent on Thonks with Honks, but it's just what I'm thonking about, That and oh my god, I need to acquire more money because I spend a hearty amount on things such as a jacket. I bought a jacket today. I tried to buy crickets, but after waiting for 10 fucking minutes for even someone to show up to the cricket stand, they were like, "Yeah, we're out." And it's I'm not going back there. I don't. I can't deal with that. It's far from my house. I only went there because it was close to the party city that I need to buy a butterfly costume from, and I don't even know what I'm going to talk about on Thonks with Honks after 50 episodes. Podcasts are difficult, man, and I'm the kind of person that likes to sort of think through what they're going to say, so talking consistently like this without someone to talk back to is not my strong suit. Fucking project in school coming up, that is the most excited I've been for a school project in ever. It's basically just give a persuasive speech for 3 to 5 minutes. Cite your sources, and mine is going to be on whether or not Constantine was a good emperor. And spoiler alert, I don't think he was for a few reasons. That's a good way to pad out time. I'll just give you a rundown of this speech. So first thing I'm going to do is just give talk who Constantine was and how history was recorded in the ancient world, which was Constantine was the emperor who converted the empire to Christianity, massively influential. He's literally a saint. He's Constantine the Great. And ancient history is recorded in such a way that it wasn't meant to be educational so much as entertaining. And no one actually likes to read about their beloved figure Constantine being kind of a doofus. So all the histories that survive for us are very pro-Constantine, because that's the sort of thing that medieval scribes would copy down and distribute. Not the sources that are yeah, Constantine kind of murdered his son and his wife, and it was a horrible mistake. And then he appointed 5 successors, and they had 2 civil wars, and something called the Massacre of the Princes. And when your succession crisis is so bad, it results in something called the Massacre of the Princes. Like, that's a litmus test for succession crises, really. Like, I've never seen a worse one. It was literally 5 people. Thank God 2 of them got killed, like, right off the bat. But, oh my God. The remaining 3 were all named Constantine. It was Constans, Constantius II, and Constantine II. And it's confusing. It's honestly awful. Constantius survives, by the way. He was the one who murdered his brother, who was the brother who murdered the other brother. But, Constantius would go on to kill the next guy that he appointed, who was also a member of his family, and then he tried to kill the next guy that he appointed, but he dropped over dead before he could actually meet him in battle, which I think he would have lost, personally, because he was going against Julian the Apostate, who was like kind of my favorite emperor, not gonna lie, and not just because he was an edgy, anti-Christian, based, red-pilled conservative, but I just find his story super interesting. And there's a famous battle he did, the Battle of Strasbourg, that was... wow, it was good. But now I'm just going on a bit of a tangent that no one actually likes. I don't know. I wonder if I'm ever going to show this to more than, like, the one person in real life, because it's sort of... I recorded one that I didn't release because it was just kind of me covertly trying to talk to them through this podcast, and I didn't like it. I felt like it was sort of manipulative, and I didn't want to use this my platform of a podcast to try and, like, subtly, not so subtly complain about someone. You know, you should just talk to them. You don't need a podcast to make your grievances heard. I think I'm losing my voice a little bit, but I actually want to, like, pad this one out a bit longer because this one I actually have interest in footage for. I didn't know how long I wanted to stare at this giraffe, so I think I counted to 40, and I think I ended up going over 40. 40 seconds, that is. But, I'll probably go back there at some point and do something. Light a fire, get drunk, bring a friend, I don't know. Or I can't get drunk without a friend, because while I was drunk, I made a promise that I wouldn't drink alone anymore. And now I am furiously bound to that promise, and I really hate it. It's a humdinger. It's a chalupa of a time. But is there anything else that's been going on with me? No, I think that's about it. Well, this has been Thonks with Honks, bringing you the uncensored Thonks of Honks every weekday with 3 vowels. Yes, I know it's a Monday. I'm just gonna